guys have been now here 2 years together, but it's another year for both of you guys, of course. Just where have you seen some growth from Ryan Corey, and how have you kind of pushed him and helped him grow early on in his time too?
Yeah, that guy's great. He is super smart. I love being around him. He pushes me every day as much as I push him. I've seen tremendous growth over the past 2 years. He's smarter, he's faster. He knows his offense inside and out. I'm seeing him lead out there with the group of twos. It's really cool to see, and I'm trying to help push him every day to keep taking those next steps. So he's doing a phenomenal job.
Is kind of that verbal side, that vocal side, an area that you've kind of pushed him that's come along a little bit with more time for him too?
Absolutely. I try to push him every day by just trying to get him to take that leadership piece and be that guy that everyone can look at to keep pushing forward. So he's doing a really good job at it, and I'm proud of him.
What gives y'all confidence this new scheme will produce better results than what y'all had the last couple of years?
Well, from what I've seen so far, it's a lot of misdirection and moving, and our defense doesn't know where the ball is half the time. I don't know where the ball is half the time. So it's super fun to play in, and it gives us a lot of confidence going forward just to know that teams aren't going to know where the ball is because we do so many different things within our scheme.
What was that transition like going from obviously such a different offense this year?
Yeah, it was over the offseason, it was a lot of meetings, a lot of talking with the coaches, watching film, because it is a whole new offense. We had to learn all the new names, the calls, and everything that came with it. So it took a while, but now we're going into practice 10, and it's really starting to click, and all the guys are super fired up, and it shows on the field.
And physicality is one of the biggest things that Coach Grimes talks about, obviously, but just I'm curious how that he actually installs that into you guys as an offense.
Yeah. I feel like that it's easy to say for offensive linemen, because if you don't play with physicality, you're not going to be on the field. But it's more so for just our whole entire offense. Everyone has a piece in the blocking scheme. There's not one guy that's not going to be a blocker. Even our quarterback's going to be a blocker on some plays. So having that mindset of just being physical and making contact, not running out of bounds or going through someone, not around someone, it's a big piece for our offense.
Comparing to Billy there, we've heard a lot about how he's been able to connect with guys, not just on the offensive line, but the whole team. Can you give me an example or two of what he's done to maybe put himself out there for the rest of this team?
Yeah, he's been amazing. A couple months ago in the winter, he got the whole entire team together, invited us out bowling, and we went bowling and played some arcade games. And it was just cool that he set it all up, especially being a new guy. And everyone gets it. He goes and hangs out with everybody. So he's we're lucky to have him. He's awesome.
Who's the best bowler on the team?
Oh, that's a great question. We were all pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anyone shot too well.
Were you one of the linemen who took him ice fishing?
I did, yeah. That was fun. Well, that was my first time too.
Oh, okay.
So it was me, JP, Riley Mallman, and Billy, and we had a blast out there.
Who's the expert then?
JP. He had all the gear. Everything I was wearing was JP's. So. Yeah.
Where did y'all go?
Right in Monona Bay, right there. So it was a 5-minute drive from here, and we had a blast. It was a little sketchy though. It was like 3 inches of ice, and it was like 50 degrees outside. So it was a little sketchy, but we made it work.
Why'd you pick that day of all days?
It was the last day you could actually walk on the ice without it breaking. But us being 300 pounds, we were like, oh god.
Here's some cracks.
This could get iffy, but there were some other people out there, so we knew we were good.
Obviously, you're facing a new look defensive line. Just what guys have impressed you in that group?
Honestly, all of them. They do a lot of rotating. We get to see all of them all day, every day. So that whole group as a whole is taking such a step from last year. So it's making us better up front, and it's been fun to play against those guys because they all present something different. I got some quick guys, I got some strong guys, and they're all big. So it's fun to go against those guys, and they're all really impressive.
Have they gotten bigger?
Oh yeah.
From last year?
Oh yeah. I mean, as you guys know, it's a very new room. But everyone that was here last year, Ben Barton's like 325 pounds. I mean, he is a unit. So it's fun to go against him every day, especially when he lines up and knows. So, yeah.
Thinking about the offenses like this one compared to some of the other ones that you played in, what's easier about your job? What's harder about your job?
There's a lot more on my plate this year with calls and knowing the scheme and this and that and like directing traffic. I know I had to do that last year, but this year we have so many more plays and new plays, and we're constantly evolving. So there's a lot more on my plate mentally. I wouldn't say as much physically. They asked me to reach a lot and run and move, but that's something I'm super comfortable with. And so mentally, it's a lot more on my plate. But I'm excited to take that next step and continue to challenge myself with that.
I'm curious what